Namaste, everyone. Simon here with a shocking Bitcoin update. Okay, maybe it won't be shocking, but certainly unusual coming from me. Today, we're going to talk about my Bitcoin price prediction for 2021 and what's likely to happen before then. So I'll give you a clue. Okay. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to take a look at a few other things. And if you want to be part of this discussion every week, we meet, our group called Crypto Questions Answered meets once a week, and we talk everything Bitcoin, everything altcoins, nothing is off topic. And you just go to the link below, and you'll find it's on donation basis. So there's no fixed charge for it. You give what you can. There is an advantage for becoming a lifetime member, which means you never have to worry about paying. That's $300 and you get all my lucky times. You get all kinds of bonuses. But if that's not in the cards for you, don't worry about it. If you can donate $5, $10, $50, whatever you can, come on board, and we'd love to have you. So let's get started. And by the way, this is the kind of stuff we do in class. So if you're in our class, you know about this before anybody else. Okay, so they've already heard my shocking Bitcoin prediction. Let's get into this. Now, this is a round, obviously tropical chart, which shows the Bitcoin horoscope inside and then the transits outside. The transits are what's happening right now, right at this moment. So you can see, I'm going to pull down my thing. You can see October 20th. That's today. I'm making this video. And the Bitcoin chart that I use is for January 9th. Now, most people don't use that. That's the chart I use. I find it very effective. And in fact, I've gotten away from using the Bitcoin birth chart, but time and time again, it proves itself effective. How do I know that? Well, I've made a couple predictions using it before, but look at what's happening now. In the sky, the planet Jupiter, the great benefic, is exactly conjunct Bitcoin's sun. Do you see this? At 19 degrees, 37 minutes, that's today, and Bitcoin's sun at 1949. So that means it'll be exactly conjunct, let's see, about a day or two from now. And it's not by accident that Bitcoin's price has not even slowly, but bloop, 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 has been stair-stepping up as Bitcoin has been getting closer, as Jupiter has been getting closer. Now, it also did this while Jupiter was going this way, because see, Jupiter came back, it retrograded, and now it's back in direct motion. This is the last pass that Jupiter will have over Bitcoin's sun. Each time it did that, Bitcoin's price rose. So that's one reason I know that this is a good chart, because if we take the January 3rd horoscope, the degrees of the sun will be 6 degrees back. And so this effect will make no sense, okay? There we go. There's a confirmation from God. He just sent me a text. She did, sorry. So, so Jupiter is exactly on Bitcoin's sun, but only if the birth chart is January 9th. Now, I have other reasons to believe that this is the correct birth chart. Let me take that back. There is no correct birth chart. For example, for a baby, for a child, do you take the time of conception or the time of birth? Both have an input on the development and who the child actually becomes. Do you take the time of the first baptism? You take the time when the baby, let's say, was named, because before that, it had no name, no identity. See, each of these is a samskara, is the Sanskrit term. Sorry about that. Samskara means an impression that is placed on the child, a new identity. Now, people say a samskara is also a ritual, but it's a ritualized impression making. You understand? So Bitcoin also has multiple samskaras. One of those is on January 3rd, no doubt about it. But for my predictive purposes, I like the January 9th chart because it seems to show up more obviously in the prediction. The January 3rd chart has its merit, particularly from the Vedic perspective. If you look at the Dasha Bhukti, those planetary periods. Now, if you're new to astrology, you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you my predictions. I'm giving you the rationale first, but you'll hear my predictions here in just a little bit. So just hang in there. So January 3rd, January 9th, probably there are even other charts for Bitcoin that are also valid. So this is the one that I happen to be using because it works. That's it. It works. Okay, so now Jupiter's conjunct the sun. Bitcoin's price has touched 12,000. Oh my God. It was recently at 10,000 just a few weeks ago. So this influence of Jupiter has been incrementally getting stronger. Now watch what's going to happen. I'm going to move my screen down here. As we go forward another day here, you see this moon? The moon is approaching. This is on the 21st. And by the 22nd, it's passed. So very early morning on the 22nd, in fact, I can kind of walk it back here. The moon is also going to join Jupiter. And in my mind, that should kind of be the peak of this influence because Jupiter will be exactly conjunct the sun. The moon will be, let me get rid of all this red. You see Jupiter's degrees, 1950. The sun is 1949. I mean, you can't get more precise than that. There we go. We make them both equal. 1949, 1949. That's at about 6:40 in the morning on October 22nd in California time. All right. So I think this influence, Jupiter's influence, has about 2 or 3 days to really get plump. It's already been fattening itself up, and it's going to get, I think, up to full mode. But then, after Jupiter leaves, I'm going to warn you guys, I think that there is probably going to be another dip as we approach. So watch this. As Jupiter passes, let's see, Jupiter now is at 20 degrees, October 26th, 27th. By the end of October, maybe even before then, Jupiter's effect will begin to wane. And so I think this nice rally that we've been having is going to come to an end. Now, there are other indications that we cover in our class called the eye annabella that also has a play in this. But look at this, October 30th, Jupiter is already 1 degree away and fast, moving away very fast. So this is also the time of the election. So there's likely to be some instability into November, even into the first week of December. Why? Another thing we've looked at is Mars. Mars squaring the sun of Bitcoin, the natal sun. So that will happen again right around first week of December. Okay. So there are some rocky times is my point. So right now, Bitcoin is doing great. It's running up to 12,000 again. It may go higher as Jupiter gets nice and juicy for another few days. But ultimately, we do expect another dip down before we begin the next bull run. And here is where my shocking price prediction comes in, okay? But before we get to that, let me just kind of finish with this chart. So you see Mars here will square Bitcoin sun. This is around the first week of December. Look for some volatility there, definitely some uneasiness. But that's going to pass. It'll pass fairly quickly. And then, you know, more or less the coast is clear. I mean, both Jupiter and Saturn are going to change signs in the tropicals horoscope. There they go. They're going to be conjunct right around Christmas. So to me, this is the new beginning. The end of December really is the new beginning for Bitcoin when it decouples fully from the other markets and it can begin its run. And so moving then into January and February of next year, we have, I think, full steam ahead after this planetary war. When two planets are on the same degree, like Jupiter and Saturn are here, this is called a planetary war. So those of you guys having, you know, Christmas dinner, Christmas Eve dinner, or whatever around this time, you know, this planetary war, there's going to be some fighting, some debate. So Be nice to each other, please, if possible. Okay, so let's get then to my prediction for Bitcoin price. Using different methods, different astrological techniques, I looked at the charts to see what is the most likely price level that Bitcoin will end at next year, 2021. So the first question was, will it end at 10 to 20K, which is where we are now? And the drum roll, please. The answer is absolutely not. Rejected. That price is rejected. Okay, what about 20 to 30K? Drum roll, please. Nope, rejected as well. 30 to 40K. Rejected. 40 to 50K? Rejected. 50 to 60K? Rejected. Okay, now you think I'm playing with you. I'm not playing with you. This is my prediction. Now, before I go forward, earlier this year, I said that we would most likely reach new all-time highs by this spring of 2021. I didn't see them before the end of the year. In fact, I don't even see 17,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year. Could be wrong on that. My colleague believes that we could reach it by the end of December. So it's either end of December or January that we'll get back up to 17,000 and beyond. But my sense is not before the end of the year. So 60 to 70,000 range. Ding, 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 ding. A 60 to 70K Bitcoin is what I'm predicting next year. Bitcoin price. So those of you who even have one Bitcoin are going to be sitting pretty. Now, can it go into the 70 to 80 range? Yes, I think it will spike up, but the stable range will be between 60 and 70. This is my educated guess, you can say. And there's even a possibility, a potential for it to wick up above 100K briefly. Okay, so I think it can even go above 100K, but I think the stable price will be between 60 and 70K. So this is Bitcoin price for 2021, 60 to 70K. I think we're going to get there. Now that is a 6 to 7-fold increase, 600 to 700%. So 6K, 6X to 7X rise in Bitcoin price, possibly even 10X, because I think we could go up to, or 9X, you could say, up to and over 100K briefly. Okay, so that is my Bitcoin price prediction for 2021. Now, obviously, there's going to be some volatility before we get there. I've given you a general idea of when to expect it. Obviously, after the elections, November looks rocky, first week of December looks rocky. But by the end of December, we should be climbing up, kind of like 2017, if you remember 2017. Obviously, this isn't any kind of financial advice. I'm just doing astrology here. This is entertainment, okay? So don't take it all that seriously. But if you want to join us, if you want to participate in an incredible community, over 100 people, all of us talking altcoins, Bitcoin, and astrology. And we've had amazing guests like Alex Mashinsky. We've had a number of other people come, experts to come and talk to us and explain the value of Bitcoin and the value of cryptocurrency moving forward, decoupled from astrology, but also how it works hand in hand with helping people in developing countries to empower themselves. So if you're into that, check out the crypto group, drop a donation, and you can come in for each Friday's class. We'd love to see you there. And if you have any questions, let's see, what else did we have to cover today? I think this was it. I think this is it. So we're just talking Bitcoin price prediction for 2021. And you can see it right here. This is my target, 60 to 70K Bitcoin price. All right. If you have any questions, leave them at the chat below. And we will see you in the next one. Namaste, everyone.